Hello and welcome to this week's spelling lesson. So as usual, grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. We're going to start with a test on last week's words, which were our homophones. So I'm going to try and make it really clear with my sentences which one I need you to write for each. Okay, so remember, I will read the word in a sentence and then read the word again. And what I need you to do is just write the word for me. Okay, sentence 1. Am I allowed to go to the park? Write allowed. Am I allowed to go to the park? Write allowed. Remember, you can pause me at any time if I'm moving too fast for you. Sentence 2. Allowed. I like hearing Cosmic read aloud. Write allowed. Sentence 3. Guessed. I guessed the right answer in the quiz. Write guessed. Number 4. Guest. We have decorated the guest bedroom. Write guest. Next one, passed. I passed the park on my way to work. Write passed. Next one, past. The Egyptian period was in the ancient past. Write past. Next one, lead. Have you seen the dogs lead? Write lead. Next one, led. James led the way on our walk. Write led. And now we're on to our 2 red spellings. So our first one is disastrous. Let's hope our writing isn't disastrous. Write disastrous. And then our final word today, marvellous. In fact, let's hope our writing is marvellous. Write marvellous. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next screen now, hopefully, and you will see the correct spelling. So if you would like to mark those for me. Okay, so if you haven't finished writing them, pause before I move on now. Okay. Okay, so those were the words, that was the order I did them in for you. So we had allowed as in permission, am I allowed to go? And then allowed as in reading aloud, hearing something out loud. Guessed as in, oh, I think it might be, so having a guess at something. And then guest as in somebody staying at somebody's house or being invited somewhere, obviously not in COVID times. Passed as in I passed by somewhere or I passed the test, so the verb to pass something. And then past as in the noun, the ancient past, or that happened in the past. Then we've got lead as in a dog's lead, because of course lead as in the metal is also spelt like that. And then we've got led as in the verb. So Sarah led the way, James led the way on the walk. Then our red words, disastrous and marvellous. Can't help but say in a Revel Hallwood way, can you, when you say disaster? Right, okay, let's move on to today's learning. So our word of the day is dependent. This is requiring someone or something for support. So this is, if you can't do something independently, you need somebody to give you a helping hand with it, then you are being dependent. Red words for today, we have government and equipment. Be careful of that P in equipment, remember that that's there, and also we do quite often, I find that people like to add an extra T after that P, but there isn't one there. And government, there's a silent N in the middle that we don't tend to hear. So I'm going to see, I'd like you to write government equipment as many times as you can in a minute. So I'm going to set my timer on my watch. So pens at the ready. Okay, you ready? Your minute starts now. Halfway, keep going. Make sure you're spelling it correctly each time. Ten seconds. And we are done. So there we go. That was your minute. Hope you managed to write them lots of times. Well done. Okay, so what do you think our rule is? What do all these words have in common? Have a good look. What do you think it is? Okay, so we are looking at words ending in ENT, which I'm sure you spotted. So there is a resource sheet for the two activities today. I'll show you that in a moment. And then, as usual, there's two handwriting sheets, both based on adjectives today. So what I'm going to try and do now is just show you, hopefully you can see this, the spelling resource sheet. So here you can see we've got our words here, and you need to match them to the definition, which is what the meaning of the word. So you need to find out which of those words goes with that sentence. Okay, and you just put it in the front here. It wouldn't let me add the lines for you, I'm afraid, but feel free to draw your own using a ruler. And then at the bottom, we've got word changes. If you don't have a printer, remember you can always ask us to print for you and you can collect it from reception, or you can just draw the table yourself. There's no need to use the sheet that I provide. It's just to help you out if that does help you. Okay, so remember, do your resource sheet and then have a go at the handwriting. And I would love to see lots of that handwriting on the line for me. Some of you are starting to jump up in the air, and make sure your descenders are going nice and below. So that's your Y's, your G's, F's, J's. Make sure that they are going below, and make sure your capital letters are capitals. I want to be able to look at them and go, oh yes, that's a capital letter, because it's lovely and tall and a different size to all your others. Okay, good luck, have fun.